spooky call-out was during the night shift. An emergency call was reported on the far west side of town, moonlit night in Ravenswood. Nestled between ancient trees and mist-covered hills, its looming silhouette against the moon's silver glow sparked curiosity and trepidation among the residents. Now a decrepit relic of the past, it was once a place of healing and horror. Long ago, it served as a refuge for those suffering from mysterious ailments of the mind. It offered solace and care under benevolent doctors' watchful eyes. However, as time passed, the asylum fell into disrepair. The whispers of tortured souls who once sought refuge within its walls echoed through the corridors. One brave soul, a young photographer named Amelia, decided to investigate the mysteries shrouding the abandoned asylum. Armed with her camera and an insatiable curiosity, she ventured into the dilapidated building, its creaking doors opening reluctantly to welcome her. The air inside was heavy with decay scent, and shadows shifted on the cracked walls as Amelia cautiously explored room after room. Each step echoed through the empty rooms, resonating with distant sounds. As she looked further, she noticed evidence of a forgotten era, old medical equipment, outdated patient records, and the remains of a once beautiful garden where patients found peace. Amelia's heart beat faster as she entered the asylum's darkest corner. This was a room that most seemed to house the most damaged souls. There, she found an old journal belonging to a former nurse named Eleanor. The pages revealed a tragic tale of love and loss, revealing the human side of the asylum's history. The strange voices grew louder, guiding Amelia to a hidden passage beneath the asylum. There, she stumbled upon a forgotten chamber where past spirits remained. These spirit manifestations, once suffering, now seek healing and release from the haunting memories that bound them to the facility. With compassion in her heart, Amelia captured the spirits on her camera, freezing their invisible images in time. As she did, a sense of calm spread over the asylum, and mysterious noises transformed into gentle murmurs of gratitude. Amelia walked away from the empty asylum, her heart heavy with the stories she had collected. The residents, once wary of the haunted building, gained its history. The spirits, finally at comfort, disappeared into the moonlit night, leaving behind a sense of comfort that now dominated the once dreaded asylum. News of Amelia's selfless exploration made its way through Ravenswood, engaging residents and capturing historians and spooky seekers' attention. The once shunned asylum became a major source of curiosity, and people from surrounding settlements traveled to experience the changing environment inside its mysterious chambers. Motivated by Amelia's journey, a group of researchers took on the task to protect the asylum's history. They thoroughly organized the collections and recorded the stories of those who found safety between its boundaries. The empty facility, which had been a symbol of fear, became a testimony to strength and compassion. A collection devoted to the asylum's rich history has been created. The exhibits featured the perspectives of both visitors and guardians, highlighting the importance of mental health and the development of collective attitudes towards mental well-being. The demolished building now stands as a symbol of kindness and knowledge, calling on visitors to learn from past blunders. As the years rolled by, the town transformed around the asylum. Parks and gardens replaced the disturbing silence that once permeated the air. Families strolled through the once dreaded grounds, enjoying the beauty that replaced darkness. Amelia, permanently bound by the stories she had found, had grown into a powerful role model in their community. Her artwork, capturing the mystical energy of the spirits she experienced, graced the museum displays. She continued her work, not only as a photographer but also as a writer, sharing the experiences of the facility and its phantom citizens with those who wanted to understand. Having been abandoned, the asylum, once a place of fear and despair, found an intrepid soul. It now stands as a beacon of hope, showing the world that even the darkest places can be converted into sources of illumination and knowledge. And so Richmond, once haunted by ghosts of its past, moved forward into a better future. This is where history lessons were learned, and the stories of the former asylum were told for a long time to remember. In the remote outskirts, there used to be a strange road, hidden in legends and stories of the fantastic. This segment of road was known as the Scarecrow Highway. This was a place where the barrier between the living and the deceased was at its bare minimum. One fateful evening, a group of friends took off on a road trip, unaware of the terrifying reputation of the haunted highway. As they cruised along the twisting road, their giggling filled the air, blocking out the chatter of the majestic forests that surrounded the roadside. The night took a dark turn when heavy clouds gathered on the highway, cutting opacity to almost zero. The friends, now drowning in a surreal drizzle, felt anxiety taking hold over them. Meanwhile, unnoticed to them, shadows danced along the road margins, and distant voices carried across the mist. In a flash, out of the smoke showed someone, covered in dirty clothes, with empty vision that broke through the gloom. The driver, a heroic soul called Alex, stepped on the accelerator, forcing the automobile to screech to a standstill. The companions were frozen in disbelief as the mysterious individual drew closer. In an unusually soft voice, the spectre announced of a coming danger on the haunted highway. It spoke of an unfortunate accident that occurred many years ago, taking the lives of unknowing individuals. The spectral entity pleaded with the friends to turn back, to avoid the same fate that had happened to those before them. Feeling frightened but curious, the friends acknowledged the phantom warning and went back to their steps. As they moved away from the frightening area, the fog lifted, and moonlight glowed on the road again. They looked in wonder at the close call with safety from an unforeseen danger, thankful for the unidentified spirit's assistance. The story is that the haunted highway continues to be a place of fascination and fear. This is where past souls caution those who attempt to follow its dangerous path. And so, the haunted highway crash evolved into an enduring myth transmitted down through generations. This made sure that travelers treated its spooky streets with reverence and terror. Years passed, and the legend of the haunted highway crash persisted, captivating thrill-seekers and interested wanderers. The story became a favorite topic for family gatherings, a thrilling horror story that sent cold chills down the bones of those who chose to listen. One day, a courageous journalist named Emma exposed the truth behind the haunted highway. Having armed herself with a notebook, a camera, and steadfast resolve, she took off on an isolated journey. She collected evidence of the odd events that occurred on the road for years. As Emma drew closer to the notorious highway stretch, she could feel the air becoming colder. An inexplicable silence descended on the landscape. Undeterred, she pressed on, determined to discover the facts residing in the depths of silence. The fog came back, enveloping the road in a spooky cocoon. Suddenly the same character that had been visible to the friends years ago appeared before Emma. The spirit soul, keeper of the haunted highway, noticed the investigator's search for facts and decided to expose the hidden truth. Through soft reminders of the past, the spectre described an account of love and tragedy. Decades ago, a couple met their untimely end on the haunted highway, their souls permanently attached to the road they had driven in search of fulfillment. The author stated that the instructions were not meant to scare away travelers, but to protect them from sharing the same fate. Affected by the painful story, Emma decided to share it with the world. She stressed the importance of heeding the warnings of the spirits that reside on the frightful highway. The story took on another dimension, transforming from a cautionary fable to a powerful reminder of the lasting power of love. It also reminded us of past experiences. And so, the haunted highway became not just a place of fear, but also a place of tribute and dedication to the lost souls whose love story played out along its shadowy corridors. In the quiet town of Willowbrook, there was a mysterious 911 call that sent waves down the throats of local villagers. It was pitch black and rainy at the time when the call came in. The operator could barely hear the screaming sound on the other end. The voice called out to an old man named Mr. Thompson, who lived alone in a creaky Victorian house at the edge of town. He stumbled as he spoke, claiming strange lights flashed in his garden, and strange noises filled the air. Concerned about his safety, the operator dispatched Officer Daniels, a skilled cop known for his strength and suspicion. As Officer Daniels came closer to Mr. Thompson's property, the wind was howling through the leaves, producing ominous shapes that began to dance with the storm. The air was heavy with bizarre pressure, and Daniels couldn't escape the feeling that something unusual was going on. When entering the old man's house, Officer Daniels was confronted by an ominous front door light that added a sinister glow to the scene. Mr. Thompson, with eyes wide and trembling hands, led Daniels to the backyard. There, in the sprawling garden, strange figures were scratched into the earth, shining dimly in the evening light. As they explored deeper, the duo came across an ancient-looking book nestled among the weeds. Its pages were filled with obscure drawings and writings in a language unknown to both men. Mr. Thompson, pale and terrified, explained that he had unexpectedly happened to find the manuscript while cleaning out his basement. The myth has it that the book held the key to a portal connecting the mortal universe to a world of fantastic beasts. The inscriptions in the landscape were calling, and the ethereal lights were a sign that the portal was opening. As Officer Daniels and Mr. Thompson pondered the strange incidents, a low hum filled the air, and the signs in the garden glowed more intensely. Suddenly, the ground began to shake, and a magical portal showed, opening a universe of amazing species, fairies, demons, and legendary characters. It turned out that the creatures were peaceful and had been imprisoned in the book for thousands of years, thankful for their release. They conferred from Officer Daniels and Mr. Thompson the gift of everlasting good fortune and security. The portal closed as quickly as it opened, leaving the backyard in silence. The villagers, unknowing of the mystical events that had taken place, woke up to a sunny morning. They were completely oblivious to the wonderful adventure that had taken place in their neighborhood. And so, the unexplained 911 call evolved into something of a myth in Willowbrook, something passed down through generations. This reminds everyone that magic is sometimes a call away. Years passed, and the mysterious 911 call became a Willowbrook tradition. Officer Daniels, now retired, explained the details of that fateful night to wide-eyed children during the town's celebration of literature celebration. The villagers celebrated the day as Enchantment Day, a time when they would gather in Mr. Thompson's backyard, now transformed into an exquisite garden, to share stories, laughter, and the magic that had touched their lives. Mr. Thompson was the unofficial keeper of the mystical book. He spent his days studying its pages, trying to discover its secrets and understand the expansive world it hinted at. The mystical creatures, grateful for their freedom, occasionally visited him, leaving behind gifts of rare flowers and sparkling stones. One day, as Mr. Thompson sat in the yard, a friendly little creature named Glimmer came up to him. Glimmer explained that the creatures wanted to acknowledge their admiration again. With just a flick of his tiny hand, the little creature created a glittering portal, opening an incredible dimension untouched by human perception. Mr. Thompson held his breath for a moment before stepping through the gateway, leaving behind Willowbrook's familiar sights and sounds. In the fantastic lands, he found colorful surroundings, floatable islands, and ancient libraries filled with thousands of years of knowledge. The spellbinding volume, now charged with the magic of both worlds, remained in the garden, its pages sometimes turning on their own, as if telling stories of its own accord. Willowbrook, forever changed by the incredible events of that night, flourished in cooperation with the powerful beings who had become an integral part of the town's folklore. And so, the memory of the mysterious 911 call lives on, creating a story of wonder and fascination. This weaving bound Willowbrook to the magical universe outside. Jasper Blackhead was his name, but locals knew him as the paranormal paramedic. His medical vehicle wasn't just furnished with medical equipment. It contained a collection of magical objects and expertise handed down between members of his unusual family. One foggy morning, the telephone line came to life with reports of strange happenings at an abandoned residence on the periphery of town. Rumors of ghostly apparitions and frightening lights scared even the bravest souls. But Jasper, untouched, raced to the scene, his vehicle lighting up the cloudy road like a spotlight. As he stepped into the empty house, the air became heavy with an unusual feeling. Jasper, armed with his medical kit and the treasure passed down from his great-grandmother, set out on a journey into obscurity. Suddenly, a spectral figure emerged before him, the ghost of Lady Penelope, the mansion's long-lost owner. Lady Penelope shared a tragic legend of forbidden love and a curse that bound her spirit to the castle. She implored Jasper for help. Her delicate eyes were filled with sorrow and hope. Undeterred by the mystical, the paranormal paramedic researched ancient texts, combining medical expertise with mystical knowledge. He crafted a formula using rare herbs and powerful minerals, hoping to break the curse that bound Lady Penelope the castle. As the clock reached 12 o'clock, Jasper administered the medicine, and a bright light flooded the residence. Whispers of thanks filled the air as Lady Penelope's ghostly form passed away, finally achieving peace. News of Jasper's strange exploits circulated like an epidemic, and the residents considered him their protector against the unseen. From that day forward, the paranormal paramedic continued to wander the misty streets of Whispering Pines. He was ready to confront any mystical problems that faced innocent citizens. And so, the legend of Jasper Nightshade, the extraordinary paramedic who combined the medical and mystical domains, lives on. It was talked about around open fires and discussed in soft voices around the town. In the months that followed, the paranormal paramedic's fame grew far beyond Ember's paramedics. Stories of his experiences with mystical forces and his creative solution to combining science and magic became local legends. One day, a struggling farmer from Mystic Hollow requested Jasper's assistance. Crops withered, and a strange shadow cast a shadow over one's prosperous field. Determined to help, the paranormal paramedic set out on a trip to the unexplained town. Upon entering, he realized that a malicious spirit, known as the Autumn Hag, was draining life force from the field. Undeterred, Jasper challenged the invisible force in a battle of intelligence and charisma. With a combination of skillful conversation and magical chants, he induced the Harvest Hag to direct its energy into renewing the land rather than draining it. As the first light of morning appeared, mystical Hollow began to flourish. Grateful citizens, now saved from ruin, praised Jasper as a hero. The paranormal paramedic, always humble, brushed off the recognition, asserting that sometimes even the extraordinary needed kindness. Word of his accomplishments found the attention of a secret society committed to maintaining the fragile balance between the natural and mystical worlds. The society, known as the Order of Ethereal Balance, invited Jasper. They sought his unique blend of skills to tackle problems that transcended the norm. In response to the call to adventure, the paranormal paramedic joined the order. Together they faced ancient curses, solved mystical puzzles, and ensured that the spiritual world remained in balance with the physical world. And so, Jasper Nightshade continued his extraordinary journey, a beacon of hope in a world where the line between reality and the paranormal was often unclear. His automobile, now decorated with protection symbols and ancient inscriptions, traveled the highways and byways, ready to respond to strange situations. As the sun set on another day, the paranormal paramedic remained ever on guard. In a world filled with magic and mystery, there was always another story to discover. In a small town nestled between mist-covered hills and peaceful trees, there existed a peculiar place known as the Forgotten Morgue. It was a building enveloped in mystery. Its weathered exterior stands as a testament to time. Legend has it that the funeral home was built centuries ago, serving as the final resting place for the town's extinct souls. Over the years, however, it fell into obscurity, abandoned and forgotten by townspeople who preferred not to reflect on its horrific memories. One moonlit night, a curious group of teenagers, drawn by tales passed down through generations, stepped into the forgotten mortuary. Armed with flashlights and fueled by fear and excitement, they pushed open the creaking door, its hinges protesting the invasion. As they walked into the poorly lighted passages, darkness danced on the flaking wallpaper, and the air was heavy with forgotten memories. Wide-eyed and huddled together, teenagers explored room after room. Antique gurneys lined the hallways, covered in dusty white sheets that glowed like ghosts in the flickering light. A room unlike any other was found in the heart of the morgue. Walls were decorated with faded murals showing scenes from the town's history. After studying the mural, the teenagers were instantly transported back in time by a mysterious mist. The town appeared before their eyes, vibrant and buzzing with life. They witnessed the town's founding, struggles, successes, and the lives of those who once walked the same streets they now explored. The forgotten cemetery, it seemed, held not only death's echoes but also life's echoes. Teenagers continued to travel through time, experiencing joys and sorrows of generations past. In the ethereal realm of the forgotten morgue, the morgue became a portal, a repository of the town's memories. In the funeral home's silent rooms, the teenagers found themselves back in the present as dawn approached. Their sense of connection to their town's history was strengthened as the mist cleared. After that day, the forgotten morgue came to symbolize the enduring spirit of the town, rather than a place of fear. Townspeople gathered at the once forgotten morgue to honor their roots and the stories of those who came before them after the teenagers shared their story. As a result, the forgotten morgue became a living, breathing archive of the town's history, reminding everyone that even in the quietest corners, there are stories to be discovered. A strange legend drifted through the paved streets of the mysterious town hidden between ancient woods and rolling peaks. The phantom patient is the subject of this legend. The villagers spoke in silent tones about a spectral spirit who appeared in the local hospital. He was always wearing a dirty hospital shirt and wandered empty hospitals at night. The staff claimed to have seen flashes of this phantom patient, but whenever they approached, the shadow vanished into nothing but air. Rumors were circulating like wildfire. Some believed the phantom was a spirit seeking solace after a tragic end in the hospital. Others thought it was a patient who never fully departed, remaining between the planes of the living and the lost. One stormy night, as lightning crackled through the countryside, an interested nurse named Charlotte decided to investigate the mystery. Armed with a flickering lantern, she made her way through sparsely lit rooms, following the sound of footsteps. The phantom patient, as it turned out, was a soul attached to the hospital for the unfinished business of comforting a grieving family. Long ago, the phantom passed away unexpectedly, leaving behind a letter with heartfelt apologies and unspoken words. Charlotte, touched by the spirit's story, fulfilled the phantom's final wishes. With the help of the town recorder, she uncovered the letter and delivered it to the family it was meant for. As the letter reached the hurting family, a gentle, magical cloud passed through the town, removing the phantom patient's existence. From that day onward, the hospital was light, and the story of the phantom patient evolved into a narrative of compassion and closure. The villagers, once afraid, now shared stories of the compassionate spirit that found peace thanks to a caring nurse named Charlotte. And so, the phantom patient legend transformed from a haunting story into a charming story. This reminded everyone that even in the afterlife, kindness can comfort restless souls. As the seasons changed, the town took advantage of the newfound peace Charlotte's kindness provided upon them. The hospital, once obscured in silence and fear, now stands as a symbol of compassion and unity. Inspired by the phantom patient stories, the residents initiated a tradition. Every year, on the anniversary of the spirit's departure, they gather in the hospital courtyard. They shared stories of love, forgiveness, and empathy. Candles were switched on, casting a warm luminosity that revealed the shared understanding from the mysterious discussion. The town expanded, and its reputation as a haven for both the living and the dead became known far and wide. Visitors came from distant lands to hear the story of the phantom patient and experience the change of the abandoned hospital into a place of solitude. Charlotte, now recognized as a local hero, continued her work as a nurse, offering compassion to all who came into her path. She became a symbol of hope, a living testament to the belief that a single act of kindness could transcend the boundaries between the seen and the unseen. And so, the phantom patient legend became a sacred chapter in the town's history. It was a story passed down through generations, as a reminder that every ghost, real or imagined, carried a tale of longing and redemption. The small town continued to be a place where stories developed, spinning stories of joy, sorrow, and the everlasting fascination that came from understanding and taking in the mysteries that were all around them. In a quaint village town hidden between rolling mountains and green forests, there stood an old fire station that carried a story of mystery and enchantment. It was known as the Cursed Fire Station, a name associated with fear and fascination by the residents. Legend has it that the fire station was built on the grounds where an ancient sorcerer's tower once stood. The sorcerer, named Eldritch Shadow Bane, was removed from the town centuries ago for practicing dark magic. In his final act of revenge, Eldritch cursed the land upon which his tower stood. This ensured that no building erected there would ever enjoy peace. As the town grew, a brave group of firefighters decided to build a fire station to protect citizens from fire threats. Despite being unknown to them, they chose the cursed grounds for their noble endeavor. For years, everything seemed normal, and townspeople felt safe. One fateful night, however, a massive fire broke out in the heart of the town. Firefighters rushed to the scene, but as they entered the cursed fire station, strange things happened. The flames danced with an otherworldly energy, and the firefighters heard haunting whispers in the inferno crackling. As they battled the blaze, the firefighters noticed that the cursed fire station had a peculiar ability. It could summon water directly from the air. The flames were eventually put out, but the townsfolk couldn't shake the eerie feeling that something supernatural had happened. Word of the mystical fire station spread, and soon neighbors witnessed its unusual powers. The once feared curse became a source of wonder and amazement. The firefighters, initially troubled by the curse, embraced their magical duty, turning the cursed fire station into a symbol of hope and protection. Generations passed, and the cursed fire station became a cherished part of the town's history. The firefighters who served there were not just heroes. They were guardians of the mystical flame that kept the town safe. The cursed fire station transformed from a place of fear to a beacon of resilience. This proves that sometimes, in the face of adversity, magic can emerge from the unexpected. As the years passed, the cursed fire station became a symbol of unity for the town. People celebrated its magic during annual festivals, where firefighters showcased their ability to summon water from thin air. This was done to create dazzling water displays that sparkled in the moonlight. One day, a curious historian named Evelyn arrived in town, fascinated by the stories surrounding the cursed fire station. She delved into old archives and dusty tomes to uncover the truth behind the legend. Her research led her to a forgotten diary, believed to be of Eldritch Shadow Bane himself. In the diary, Eldritch chronicles his life, detailing his struggles with the town's disapproval of his magical pursuits. As Evelyn read further, she discovered that Eldritch wasn't as malevolent as legends portray. In fact, he protected the town from a massive fire that threatened to engulf it. Realizing that Eldritch's curse had unintentionally gifted the town with an exceptional form of protection, Evelyn shared her findings with the townspeople. The revelation changed the perception of the curse, turning it from a dark mark into a cherished legacy. Inspired by Eldritch's original intent, the townspeople honored him by erecting a statue in front of the fire station. The once feared sorcerer became a symbol of resilience and misunderstood goodness, and the cursed fire station transformed into a living memorial to his memory. From that day forward, the town flourished. The cursed fire station stood as a testament to the magic found in the most unexpected places. The once hidden diary became a cherished artifact displayed in the town's museum. It reminded everyone that the greatest stories are those that challenge our perceptions and reveal enchanting truths hidden within time. The mystery door stood between a rolling hillside and peaceful woods in a charming town village. An impressive design on its side told stories of forgotten countries and mystical adventures, and it stood alone at the edge of the forest. A mysterious and wondrous place lies on the other side of the door. The villagers told of the other side of the door. Those who saw it suggested that it was a portal to a world where dreams took flight and reality danced with the extraordinary. Lily was curious about the mysterious door and decided to investigate it on a moonlit night. An incredible world opened to her when she opened the lantern with courage in her heart. Upon entering, Lily discovered a vibrant landscape filled with hues unseen by mortals. Her feet felt like they were walking on a living tapestry of colors as the sky reflected colors from the air itself. This wondrous world boasted a variety of talking animals and trees that shared knowledge from centuries ago. In the air, melodies moved the soul as rivers flowed with liquid laughter. Lily soon learned that time moved differently on the other side of the door. During her journey, she met knights, philosophers, mythical creatures, and other characters from legend and history. As a result of each meeting, she gained a wealth of knowledge, and inspiration filled her heart. The sun set one day, casting a warm glow on the surreal landscape, and Lily met an old friend. Both real and imagined worlds are shaped by stories. She was gifted a quill that could bring stories to life, as well as a parchment that could alter the course of events. As a result, Lily became a writer herself, weaving narratives that transcended both space and time, providing generations with a glimpse of what lies beyond normal perception. She shared her experiences of the other side of the door, symbolizing endless possibilities. The mysterious door became a symbol of endless possibilities. It reminded me that every step into the unknown can lead to a place where dreams and reality dance together in harmony. People traveled from far and wide to hear Lily's stories, and the other side of the door became legendary in her village. To enter the magical world she described so vividly, she gathered around them, young and old. After continuing her story, Lily realized the door wasn't just a physical portal. Rather, it represented everyone's limitless potential. By opening metaphorical doors, she encouraged others to step into the unknown and discover magic. Weary travelers, burdened by mundane existence, stopped by the village one day. In search of evidence of the extraordinary, the travelers sought out Lily after reading stories about the legendary door. Her first journey through the door served as Lily's welcome to the traveler. Their journeys were inspired by the travelers. As they explored their potential, they found hidden talents, forged meaningful connections, and discovered hidden talents. Soon, more people began to appreciate the idea of seeking magic in the ordinary, as word spread of the transformative power of the other side of the door. A world of infinite possibilities lay behind every closed door in this village, fueling creativity and innovation. It has been generations since Lily and the other side of the door were written, but their legacy has endured. In this village, the air resonated with the imaginations of its residents as a haven for dreamers. Lily continued to weave stories that transcended reality, becoming the greatest author of our time. By inspiring others to discover their own magic and discover the untapped wonders just beyond their own metaphorical doors, she inspired others to discover their own magic. Ilara was an exceptional emergency medical technician in the mystical town of Spectreville. The ectoplasmic MT was an extraordinary healer who had a unique ability to treat both living and spectral patients. Strange moans reverberated through the cobblestone streets one creepy night as the town was covered in an otherworldly fog. Eames were unable to reach the ghostly residents of Spectreville. Ilara's ethereal powers were summoned at that moment. With her eyes glowing with comforting light, Ilara glided through the mist, wearing a shimmering cloak that danced with unseen spirits. Her translucent forms were filled with fear and hope as the spectral beings gathered around her. A soothing cadence resonated through her voice as she announced, "The ectoplasmic MT is here to help." It was Alara's magic that bridged the gap between the two worlds, her tale that bridged the gap between magic and reality. Ghostly figures found solace in her story as the fog lifted with each word. In her speech, she described an ancient pact between living and spectral, a promise of harmony between them. Her ectoplasmic energy radiated throughout her story, healing both her physical and spiritual wounds. It is now possible to see spectral beings that were once tormented without fear. As the living and the dead cohabitated peacefully in Spectreville, the town transformed into a haven. In Spectreville, Elara became a revered figure, called upon whenever ethereal equilibrium was disrupted. In addition to responding to tangible and intangible emergencies, she continued her dual duty as well. Ectoplasmic MT became a legend, capturing the hearts of people all over the world. She taught everyone compassion and understanding through her stories, healing wounds and strengthening bonds between living and spectral. Ectoplasmic MTs continued to live on in Spectreville as beacons of hope. It was her extraordinary gifts and timeless stories that stitched together the seen and the unseen. On a fateful night, Alara was visited by the troubled spirit Phineas. The spectre Phineas spoke of a curse that bound him to the earthly realm due to its melancholic energy. His afterlife was not peaceful because of this. Having compassion for Phineas, Elara listened intently to his tale of regret and suffering. There was something unusual about this spectral predicament. Following the cryptic whispers of the ghostly winds, she set out on a mystical journey determined to help. As she searched for the source of Phineas's curse, she discovered an ancient tomb on the outskirts of Spectreville. Elara's approach was accompanied by trembling, and a mysterious voice echoed through the air. An unfulfilled promise and love lost were the tragic themes of the story. Despite the spectral forces guarding the cursed tomb, Elara summoned her ectoplasmic energy to create a protective barrier. By uncovering the key to lifting Phineas' curse, she dug deeper into the heartbreaking story. She filled the tomb with otherworldly light with each word she spoke. A gentle breeze whispered forgiveness, whispers as shadows danced in harmony. It was as if ancient threads slowly detached, freeing Phineas from the curse that held him captive. During the last words of the story, Phineas felt a powerful energy surge through the cemetery. A serene smile graced his ghostly visage as his spectral form shimmered with newfound peace. After being freed from his haunted past, he thanked Elara, the ectoplasmic MT. Spectreville was abuzz with news of Elara's success over the ancient curse, solidifying her reputation as a healer and liberator. It became a place of solace and release for lost spirits, a symbol of rapprochement between the worlds. She weaves tales of healing and redemption throughout her journey as an ectoplasmic MT. Life and death were no longer boundaries when her stories resonated through the town, forming a bond that transcended them both. In the small town of Evelyn, there stood a peculiar hospital, known as the Blackout Hospital. Legend has it that the hospital derived its name from a mysterious event decades ago, shrouded in secrecy and controversy. There was a stormy night when Evelyn's power turned out, leaving the entire town in darkness. The only source of light was the gushing glow emanating from the Blackout Hospital. Strangely, the hospital seemed unaffected by the blackout, as if it held its own power source within its walls. The residents, in need of medical attention, hesitantly entered the hospital, guided by the strange glow. As they stepped inside, they discovered a world unlike any other. The corridors were illuminated by bioluminescent flowers' soft radiance, casting an otherworldly glow. The air was filled with a soothing melody, as if the hospital walls were singing to the patients. As patients received treatment, they found that healing was accompanied by vivid dreams. These dreams were not ordinary. They were fantastical adventures that transported patients to far-off lands and magical environments. The Blackout Hospital, it seemed, had the power to not only heal the body, but also to nourish the soul. James disseminated the word about the Blackout Hospital's miraculous healing powers. People from neighboring towns sought refuge within its walls during times of distress, and it became a sanctuary for those in need. The hospital's reputation grew, and tales of its enchanting aura reached far and wide. As the years passed, the legend of the Blackout Hospital continued to captivate those who heard it. Some believed that the hospital was touched by a benevolent spirit, while others thought it was a gateway to another dimension. The truth remained a mystery, adding to the allure of the enigmatic institution. And so, the Blackout Hospital became not only a place of healing, but also a symbol of hope and wonder. The residents, grateful for the solace it provided during their darkest hours, acknowledged the hospital's mystical nature with open hearts. And that, dear listener, is the tale of the Blackout Hospital, a place where healing transcended the ordinary, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of those who ventured into its luminous presence. In the years that followed, the Blackout Hospital's reputation reached a renowned explorer named Isabel Drake. Intrigued by the tales of this mystical place, she set out on a daring journey to uncover the secrets hidden within its walls. Isabel arrived in Evelyn, a town still buzzing with the Blackout Hospital. The residents spoke in hushed tones about the extraordinary healing experiences and fantastic dreams that followed them. Determined to witness this phenomenon herself, Isabel entered the hospital. As she crossed the threshold, an ambient glow enveloped her like a warm, comforting blanket. The bioluminescent plants whispered stories of ancient wisdom, and the melody in the air beckoned her further into the hospital heart. Isabel, guided by curiosity, found herself in a room filled with ancient manuscripts and mystical artifacts. It was there that she discovered the true origin of the Blackout Hospital. Long ago, a group of wise healers and scholars created a sanctuary infused with nature's magic to aid in healing. The hospital was designed not just as a place for physical recovery, but as a haven for spirit rejuvenation. The healers believed that the mind played a crucial role in the overall well-being of an individual, and the dreams induced during the healing process were a manifestation of that philosophy. Isabel, captivated by the rich history she uncovered, decided to document her findings and share the story of the Blackout Hospital with the world. She wrote about the healing powers, the ethereal dreams, and the magical atmosphere that permeated the hospital's foundations. Words of Isabella's writing spread far and wide, and the Blackout Hospital became a symbol of unity and understanding. People from different walks of life, seeking solace and renewal, made their way to Evelyn to experience the magic for themselves. And so, the Blackout Hospital continues to grow, not only as a place of healing, it was also a testament to the extraordinary possibilities that exist when nature, magic, and the human spirit intertwine. The story of the Blackout Hospital, once a local legend, now travels across continents. It inspired hope and wonder in the hearts of those who dared to believe in the extraordinary. There was an annual carnival that brought joy and laughter to all its residents. The highlight of the carnival was always the grand parade, where colorful floats, marching bands, and enchanting characters filled the streets. This year, however, something peculiar happened. As the parade kicked off with cheerful music and vibrant confetti, another participant joined the procession, a malevolent mascot. This mysterious figure wore a large, grinning mask with exaggerated features that sent shivers down the spines of onlookers. The costume, despite its playful appearance, radiated a spooky energy that left everyone uneasy. Children and adults alike watched as the malevolent mascot danced through the streets, seemingly out of sync with the festive atmosphere. Strangely, wherever it passed, the crowd's joyous cheers turned into hushed whispers of discomfort. Legend has it that the malevolent mascot was an ancient spirit, awakened by the carnival's organizers, unknowingly using a cursed artifact in their preparations. As the malevolent mascot moved through the parade, it cast a strange spell on the town. This made everyday objects come to life in mischievous ways. Street signs twist and turn, leading people in the wrong direction. Balloons popped up with a burst of sparkles that formed into ghostly shapes, floating through the air. The once obedient carnival rides creaked and groaned, taking unexpected detours and leaving riders thrilled and terrified. The villagers, realizing the malevolent mascot's malevolent influence, gathered in the town square to devise a plan. They needed a hero, someone brave enough to confront the spirits and break the curse. In Merrymead lived a humble baker named Oliver. Known for his courage and cleverness, he accepted the challenge. Armed with a bag of enchanted flour and a rolling pin passed down through generations, Oliver ventured into the carnival grounds. As he approached the malevolent mascot, sinister laughter resonated. The mascot turned to face Oliver, its eyes glowing with otherworldly light. A battle of wits and magic ensued, with Oliver using his baking tools to counter the spirit's tricks. In a dramatic climax, Oliver flung a handful of enchanted flour at the malevolent mascot. This revealed its true form, a mischievous spirit bound to the cursed artifact. With a final sweep of his rolling pin, Oliver shattered the artifact, breaking the malevolent mascot's hold on the town. As the curse lifted, the carnival returned to its joyful state. The malevolent mascot transformed into a benevolent character, dancing merrily alongside the parade. Merrymead had been saved, but gained its own tradition, a yearly celebration of bravery and good over wickedness. The once malevolent mascot, now known as Mirthful Moko, became a beloved figure in Merrymead. Its playful antics turned into harmless pranks that brought laughter and joy to the townspeople. The cursed artifact, now shattered, was carefully collected and stored away to prevent future mishaps. Mirthful Moko joined the community at various festivities, always wearing its iconic grinning mask. This became a symbol of resilience and unity in Merrymead. The townspeople even erected a statue in the town square, commemorating Oliver's bravery and the town's ability to turn adversity into celebration. Over the years, the legend of the malevolent mascot transformed into a cautionary message shared with children during bedtime. Families gathered around to hear the story of Oliver, the courageous baker who saved Merrymead from the mischievous spirit. He turned it into a delight. As the town prospered, so did the annual carnival. Each year, Mirthful Moko leads the parade with infectious energy, spreading happiness throughout Merrymead. The townspeople cherished the once feared mascot, understanding that sometimes even the unexpected things could bring positive change. And so, the story of the malevolent mascot became a timeless story of transformation. It taught the people of Merrymead that courage and kindness could turn darkness into light and curses into blessings. The carnival continued to be a highlight for generations to come, with Mirthful Moko's laughter echoing through the streets. This was a reminder that even wickedness could be tamed by community and individual courage. There once was a mysterious event known as the Vanishing Victim that occurred in a quaint village, nestled among rolling hills and lush vegetation. It was said that every full moon, strange disappearances would occur among the villagers in soft tones. There is a legend that Lunastra, a mischievous spirit, stalks the village streets during full moon nights. Lunastra played invisible games on her own victims, and she was an unpredictable entity who enjoyed making trouble. Lunastra chose Oliver as her target one moonlit night. There was a ghostly glow emanating from the village square as midnight approached. Taking a stroll through the deserted streets, Oliver was unaware of his impending fate, as the moon glistened on the cobblestones with a strange silver glow. Suddenly, Lunastra appeared before Oliver, her silver hair shining like the night sky and her eyes shimmering as if they were filled with stars. Introducing her game rules with a mischievous smile, she greeted him with a mischievous smile. In an effort to unlock the mystery behind the mysterious victims, Oliver took on the challenge with a brave spirit. In order to reach the enchanted forest surrounding the village, one had to follow a trail of shimmering stardust. There was a hum of magical energy in the air, and the trees revealed ancient secrets. Oliver's quest was guided by fantastic creatures in the forest as he ventured further into it. Solving riddles posed by demon spirits on the path to Lunastra's hidden domain was the second task. Oliver answered each riddle with wit and wisdom, earning the respect of mystical beings. Oliver finally arrived at Lunastra's domain, which was a celestial garden bathed in moonlight. The chosen ones were tested for their bravery and cunning by Lunastra. It was her responsibility to make sure they were equipped with the qualities necessary to protect the village from more dangerous threats. A silver pendant that sparkled with the moon's essence was bestowed upon Oliver by Lunastra in recognition of his courage and resourcefulness. The first rays of dawn illuminated the horizon as Lunastra waved Oliver back to the village. As a result, Lunastra's title of Vanishing Victim became revered in the village, and the bravery of those chosen by her became celebrated. A hero now, Oliver passed Lunastra's legacy on to fascinated adults and wide-eyed children. It was therefore believed that the Vanishing Victim had disappeared, and its story became a cherished story in the village. As a result, even the most ominous challenges could be turned into stories of achievement through courage and creativity. Legends about the Vanishing Victim evolved over time, becoming established in village culture. In anticipation of Lunastra's elusive challenges, villagers awaited each full moon with excitement. As a result of the story, the villagers developed courage and camaraderie, inspiring unity among them. Children eagerly awaited the day they would be chosen to join Lunastra's otherworldly adventure around family fires. There was a moonlit square in the village marketplace, where a young girl named Sophia stood during one fateful full moon. The mystical journey she was sent on was chosen by Lunastra. Taking on the challenge, Sophia looked determined. As she listened to the stories of those who came before her, her heart was filled with nostalgia. Taking the moonlight trail into the forest, Sophia listened to the sounds of old trees in the enchanted forest. Sophia answered each riddle with grace, guided by wisdom passed down through generations. When Sophia reached Lunastra's celestial garden, she was greeted by a knowing smile from the silver-haired spirit. Aside from testing bravery, Lunastra explained that the trials connected the village to the magic that protected it. Her silver pendant contained hidden powers, which Sophia discovered under Lunastra's guidance. She was able to safeguard the village from mystical threats with the pendant, a conduit for the moon's energy. Her story adds another chapter to the ever-growing legend of Sophia's return to the village as a heroine. As an honor, one's position as the vanishing victim is symbolic of one's willingness to confront the unknown for the benefit of the community. As long as Lunastra's trials were successfully completed, the village thrived. Throughout the generations, the legend has become a source of pride, and the yearly ritual has been passed down from one generation to the next. Therefore the village blossomed, with its prosperity intertwining with Lunastra's magical legacy and the brave souls who took up the title, the vanishing victim. The desolate dispatch center lay forgotten in a land cloaked in shadows and shrouded in mystery. At the crossroads of reality and illusion, this strange establishment converged past, present, and future messages. There was only one person manning the desolate dispatch center, Jasper. He unraveled stories that others had discarded with a penchant for weathered souls. He sat amidst stacks of dusty scrolls and faded envelopes, his glasses perched on the edge of his nose. Messages from different eras were contained in these envelopes. A weary traveler stumbled upon this enigmatic place one day. In her dreams, Emma was haunted by universe questions. A knowing smile spread across Jasper's face as she approached him with trepidation. The whisper that carried centuries of experience rolled out of Jasper's mouth as he whispered, "Ah, Emma, you came to search for stories that time had forgotten." In an effort to reveal the ancient scrolls, Jasper began to unfold them, each glowing faintly. As he described lost civilizations, star-crossed lovers, and forgotten heroes, the room was filled with whispers of the past. During her time at the desolate dispatch center, Emma learned about a world where dragons danced in the moonlight, wizards possessed spells beyond imagination. Amidst the ashes of kingdoms lost to time, she discovered unexpected heroes who had triumphed over impossible challenges. These timeless tales became more and more woven around Emma as they continued. For those who wanted to explore beyond the ordinary, the desolate dispatch center became a sanctuary of abandoned dreams. With the passing of the days, Emma became a writer in her own right, adding chapters to the desolate dispatch center library. They sent forgotten words wandering into the universe together with Jasper. Those who listened to them provided them with solace. As a result, the desolate dispatch center became a beacon of historical magic, a bridge connecting the past with the future. During one fateful evening, a mysterious figure appeared in the doorway of the desolate dispatch center. Serafina, a guardian of forgotten legends, was clad in shadows and wielding a staff, adorned with twinkling crystals. Within the dispatch center, Serafina's arrival stirred cosmic energy. Having become seasoned storytellers, Jasper and Emma felt a surge of anticipation. When Serafina revealed the existence of a celestial library hidden within time's fabric, the air was filled with possibilities. Serafina murmured to Jasper, "Jasper, Emma, your stories have caught the attention of the cosmos. It is now time to take off on a journey beyond this world." Her staff waved and the trio were transported to a place where stars painted an infinite canvas. It was a vast expanse of knowledge that encapsulated the collective experiences of the universe that opened up before them in front of them. As they explored this transcendent space, they discovered narratives written in constellations, stories listened to by cosmic winds, and myths etched into the very essence of existence. In weaving together the threads of reality and imagination, Jasper, Emma, and Serafina became custodians of these cosmic chronicles. They encountered celestial beings eager to share their stories with the mortal realm. As they explored the celestial library, an ancient star sang a melancholy song about the birth and demise of civilizations. Additionally, comets recounted cosmic jokes and ancient galaxies imparted wisdom. Their myths crossed time and space due to their common language of retelling. Across dimensions, they wove an interwoven tapestry of wisdom and wonder. It then became a place of convergence between the earthly and cosmic universes, a cosmic nexus. The timeless tradition of mythology bridged the gap between worlds, bringing together travelers from distant lands, both mortal and immortal. Throughout the cosmos, the desolate dispatch center became an inspiration for fiction writers. Indelible marks were left on existence by its legacy. In the heart of the vast and mysterious Atlantic Ocean sailed a ship known as the Whispering Gale. It was no ordinary vessel. It was crewed by a group of adventurers and explorers who sought to discover the secrets hidden within the depths of the ocean. The captain of this extraordinary ship was a daring and wise woman named Captain Serafina Stormrider. Her crew, comprised of skilled sailors, marine biologists, and cartographers, set out on a journey to explore the uncharted waters surrounding the legendary Hidden Isles. As the screaming gale sailed through the dense fog cloaking the silent isles, strange occurrences unfolded. Voices reverberated through the air, carried by soft winds that spoke of ancient stories and forgotten mysteries. One moonlit night, as the crew gathered on the ship's deck, a mysterious individual appeared within the swirling mist. It was a ghostly specter, and its voice resonated with mystical wisdom. The character described of a hidden ocean city, shimmering with pearls and guarded by the mythical Leviathan. Intrigued by the prospect of such an extraordinary discovery, Captain Noah decided to follow spectral guidance. The crew eagerly sailed toward the mysterious apparition's coordinates. Days turned into weeks as the Whispering Gale navigated treacherous currents and uncharted waters. Yet, the crew pressed on, driven by the promise of learning the secrets of the vanishing city. One fateful morning, they stumbled upon an underwater chamber adorned with bioluminescent corals and aquatic creatures of unparalleled beauty. At the heart of the cave was the hidden city, its spires gleaming like precious gems. As the Whispering Gale's crew explored the city's submerged streets, they discovered that it was once a bustling civilization. However, it is now lost to time and the ocean depths. The Leviathan, a colossal and majestic guardian, watched over the city for centuries, ensuring its secrecy. With a heavy heart, Captain Noah and her crew realized that the city's inhabitants had vanished long ago, leaving behind only echoes of their existence. The ghostly figure that had guided them appeared again, expressing gratitude for allowing the city's story to resurface. As the Whispering Gale sailed back into the open sea, the crew carried with them the memory of the vanishing city. Their hearts were filled with sorrow and wonder, knowing that some mysteries were meant to be uncovered, but not always solved. The journey of Captain Noah Stormrider and her crew did not discover a vanishing city. Instead, it marked the beginning of a series of extraordinary adventures that etched their names into maritime history. News of their discovery spread far and wide, capturing scholars, explorers, and thrill-seekers alike. The Whispering Gale became a symbol of courage and curiosity, drawing a diverse group of individuals to join its ranks. One such addition to the crew was Professor Percival Thorne, an eccentric archaeologist with a penchant for unraveling ancient civilization mysteries. Armed with maps and artifacts, he brought a wealth of knowledge that complemented the existing crew's skills. As the Whispering Gale sailed towards unexplored horizons, the crew encountered fantastical creatures, enchanted islands, and underwater realms that seemed straight out of mythology. Each tale they collected added an additional layer to the ever-growing legend of the legendary ship. One day, while navigating the celestial archipelago, the crew witnessed a celestial phenomenon, a dance of lights that painted the night sky with vibrant hues. Ancient lore says it was a celestial celebration once in a millennium. Guided by the stars, the crew discovered a hidden passage leading to the spiritual Starlight Haven. This celestial domain was home to benevolent star beings who shared stories of cosmic wonders and interconnectedness. United by a shared sense of admiration and wonder, Captain Noah's crew collaborated to create a celestial map. This would guide future explorers through the universe's cosmic tapestry. As the Whispering Gale continued its odyssey, the crew became ambassadors of knowledge, bridging the gap between the existing and the unexplored. Their adventures were chronicled in tales sung by bards in seaside taverns, inspiring generations to come. And so, the greatest writer of all time, Captain Noah Thunderbird, sailed on, weaving a tapestry of adventures that transcended reality and imagination.